Hello students, Namaste. How are you? Great, I am also good. Are you again interested to learn something new? That's wonderful. So we have been discussing different activities under Unit 12. Yes? And the title of the unit is Nature and Development. And you guess, we have almost come to the end of the chapter. And today we are going to discuss the last, let's say, activity, that is reading 2 under Unit 12. I guess you are ready with your necessary materials, pen, pencil, notebook, textbook, etc. Yes? Okay, dear students. So today we are going to discuss a poem under Unit 12, reading 2, that is composed upon Westminster Bridge, September 3, 1802. Okay, dear students, before I start my lesson, I'd like to ask you one thing, okay? Are you ready? Okay. So, when you, suppose you are traveling somewhere and you find something very interesting, what would you do? You click photos, very good. Then, anything else? You write notes, okay, about that interesting event, place. Good, good. Any? If someone is very interested in writing poetry, you can write poem as well. Okay. So similar to that, here in this particular poem, a poet has written a similar kind of experience related to his sights or scenes that he has seen from, let's say, certain place. Okay. So let's see. Let's enter to our, let's say, class then or activities. The first activity is look at the picture below and answer these questions. Here is the picture, okay, and there are two questions that you need to answer. A, what is shown in the picture? Could you please make a guess what it is? Did you say bridge? That's wonderful. Okay, so because of these two, okay, structures, you could guess it like, okay, a bridge. Very good. But there is again a question. How does it look like? Does it look like a bridge or something else? Yes, it is a magnificent structure. Yes, like a building, okay, with the unique design. Okay, thank you very much, dear students. So this poem was written by or composed by William Wordsworth. Have you heard the name before? Very good. If you are interested in poems, okay, reading poems, you could have heard the name William Wordsworth, okay, one of the famous poets. So let me shortly introduce the poet. Born on April 7, 1770 in England, okay, he was born on 1770, April 7. William Wordsworth is one of the founders of English Romanticism. Okay, this is a genre of writing which particularly focus on individualism, nature, personal freedom, etc. Okay, so they started telling the stories of people. Okay, the movement is called Romanticism. So Wordsworth began to write as a young boy in grammar school, and before graduating from college, he went on walking tour of Europe, which deepened his love for nature and sympathy for common man. So look, Romanticism basically focus on nature, okay, ideas, expressions, emotions related to nature, and the stories of common people. And these two are the themes of Wordsworth poetry as well. Almost all the poetry composed by Wordsworth have common, let's say, grounds, that is nature and stories of common people. Wordsworth is basically known for his lyrical ballads. It was a collection of poems written by William Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Okay, so they jointly published a lyrical, let's say, poem collection that is called Lyrical Ballads. In 1843, Wordsworth was named Poet Laureate of England. Who is the Poet Laureate of Nepal? Nepali literature? Yes, absolutely, Lakshmi Prasad Devkota. And he is regarded as the Poet Laureate of England. He passed away on 23rd April 1850. Almost he lived about 80 years of age. Okay, so this is a short introduction of the poet. Please find interesting facts about the poet, because you can find a lot of information in different sources. Okay, so let's go to the poem itself. Okay, dear students, let's see the poem itself. I'm not going to recite it right now. Okay, I'll be doing it later, and I'm going to play a short recitation. Okay, let's look at or listen to the recitation.
Composed upon Westminster Bridge. Written by William Wordsworth. Earth has not anything to show more fair. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by, a sight so touching in its majesty. This city now doth, like a garment wear, the beauty of the morning silent bear. Ships, towers, domes, theatres, and temples lie, open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Never did sun more beautifully steep. In his first splendor, valley, rock, or hill, ne'er saw I, never felt, a calm so deep. The river glided at his own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep, and all that mighty heart is lying still.
Okay, dear students, I guess you have learned how to read or recite this poem. Do you need to listen to more? Yes, I don't think you need more. Thank you very much. So you can find such recitation in different other medias. So now let's get some ideas related to this poem. Okay, so there are only 3 words that are highlighted, although there might be other different words, okay, that might be difficult for you. I'll be discussing these all to you. Let's see the poem once more. Earth has not anything to show more fair. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by, a sight so tossing in its majesty. Okay, what is the meaning of the word majesty then? Okay, that's good. Majesty meaning attractive quality of something. Okay, the city now doth. Okay, doth. Have you ever seen such words like doth? Okay, dear students, the word doth, okay, used here is a word from Old English. Okay, so when was this poem composed? Almost 200 years ago. Okay, so it is Old English period. Okay, they have used such, let's say, poets and writers have used different Old English words. They are not commonly used, meaning does of present day English. Okay, the city now doth like a garment wear, the beauty of the morning silent bare. Ships, towers, domes, theatres, and temples lie. Domes. Okay, another highlighted word. Could you please make a guess? Okay, it is related to a kind of structure. Look at this. Okay, such round type of structure is called a dome. Open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Never did sun more beautifully steep. In his first splendor, valley, rock or hill, near saw I, never felt a calm so deep. The river glideth at his own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep, and all that mighty heart is still, and all that mighty heart is lying still. William Wordsworth. Okay, dear students, don't worry. I'm going to discuss the poem in detail. Okay, so let's discuss the poem for short. The poem composed upon Westminster Bridge. The poem composed upon Westminster Bridge, September 3, 1802, celebrates an attractive view of London. Westminster Bridge, the title itself gives it the idea, is a road and foot traffic bridge stretching over the river Thames. How do you pronounce this word? This is not Thames, this is Thames, linking Westminster and Lambeth. Here, the speaker or poet describes the sights and feelings of a quiet city morning before the city springs to life. Okay, so it is, as I said, related to romantic genre, okay, or movement of romanticism, which one of the content of romanticism is nature. Okay, the poem is a Petrarchan or Italian sonnet. A sonnet, have you heard the name? Yes, that's wonderful. Sonnet is a 14-line poems. Okay, a sonnet is a 14-line poem with a specific rhyming pattern ABBA, ABBA, CD, CD, CD. Means a sonnet has 14 lines with specific ending of each line. Do you know the rhyming pattern? No idea? Okay, let me clarify you. For example, there is the last word tight, okay, something is written, okay, and the last word is tight. And something is written and the last word could be right. Okay, look at the sound of these two words. So there is it, there is it. So final two sounds, okay, it, okay, it. So these are rhyming with one another. Okay, so similar patterns would be there, but something different. Okay, A. So this is called AA. Okay, there is no B in between. AA pattern. Only two words are there. That's why. Okay, students, let's go to the summary now. This is just a background. Okay, the first 4 lines. Okay, earth has not anything to show more fair. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by. A sight so touching in its majesty, the city now doth like a garment wear. Okay, so I have tried to summarize these 4 lines in this paragraph. Wordsworth begins by describing the view from the bridge, Westminster Bridge, and praises it by saying that there is nothing fairer to share or present on that particular day. At the time, London seems to be so beautiful, like wearing a beautiful garment or dress. Okay, the nature itself was like wearing a beautiful dress for the poet. And those who pass by without stopping to enjoy such a majestic view is senseless or dull. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by. So if you don't stop in that particular place and enjoy the nature, what type of fellow you would be? Yes, definitely you would be dull. Next, so I have just picked up 4 different lines. The beauty of the morning, silent bare, ships, towers, domes, theatres and temples lie, open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. And the summary goes like this. The ships, towers, domes, these are the man-made creations, aren't they? Okay. And other structures that make up the London skyline are silent and bare. Okay. So they are, let's say, majestic and tall structures, almost touching the sky. Okay. They seem so beautiful from, let's say, top. Okay. Since these structures are man-made, there are bright colors in these structures. They are colorful as well. The buildings appear to be submitting to nature. They lie in the fields and sky, okay, from bottom to top, from sky to ground, ground to sky. High buildings are there, high structures are there. As the workday world hasn't started, there is smokeless, clean and clear. People, very early morning, okay, people have been sleeping. There is no smoke, there is tranquility, there is peace, because people have not started their regular jobs. Okay, next lines of this stanza, of the poem. The sun never rose. Please read this yourself, okay, because we have already practiced as well. The sun never rose so beautifully. Not even the natural features of valleys, rocks or hills have looked so beautiful, and the poet feels calm to watch the scales and outlines of these city buildings. So there is again the description of nature. Valleys are there, rocks are there, hills are there. So there is good mixture of both natural as well as artificial structures that has attracted the poet. Okay. Since the world has not yet begun, as we have just said before, its regular duty, the morning seems to be so calm and deep. The river Thames, even the river Thames, repeat, even the river Thames appears to be taking time. So for the writer, for the poet, the river is slowly, let's say, moving, okay, taking time, slowly flowing with its own will. There is no hurry, okay, for the river and speed through the city, okay. And the river Thames flows through the London city, okay, city of London. The poet returns to buildings of the city in his reference to the houses. The people indoors are asleep, but the bricks and the structures of the houses seem to be hypnotizing or very attractive. Okay, so he says that people are deep asleep, okay, but the structures they are sleeping in are majestic. They are quite attractive. They are wonderful. Okay. The heart of London, the people who make it what it is, are still lying asleep and calm. Okay, they don't know that somebody is observing. Okay, such a tranquil nature, such a majestic nature. Okay, such a blend of both man-made as well as natural creations. Those people were unaware of that. But the poet, as an observer, observed that, enjoyed that, and composed such a wonderful piece of poem. Yes? Okay, dear students, this is short, let's say, discussion related to the poem. Okay, so now let's see the activities. Let's begin with A. Or do you have anything to ask me? Very good, dear students, you are clear about the poem. So I guess you are ready to do the exercise as well, yes? Am I right? Good. The first activity is consult a dictionary and write the meanings of the following words. Consult a dictionary and write the meanings of the following words. Okay, so what type of dictionary do you use when you have to find certain words? Do you use paper dictionary or do you just type something in your devices like laptop, mobile phone, etc.? You do both, yes? I also do the same, but which do you think is easier? Yes, searching words online or applications are easier than finding in a, let's say, book dictionary, okay? A bulky book with, let's say, hundreds of pages, finding difficulty, okay? But the question or activity itself says consult a dictionary. Don't worry about even if you don't have a, let's say, dictionary book, okay, bulky book, don't worry. You can find them in your devices, okay, electronic devices, anything. So these are the words, okay, and how you could find or what type of information are there in the dictionary, I'm going to show you, okay. For example, so we have discussed the first word, doth. What does it mean? Does, okay. So this is old form. for dolls. So the second word is majesty. Okay, this is the word entry. I have taken this from Oxford Learner's Dictionary, Advanced Dictionary, 8th edition. Majesty, it is a noun. Okay, so you can find different meanings. For example, this is meaning 1, meaning 2, meaning 3, etc. Okay, a word might have different meanings, and these related meanings are presented with the same word. Okay, so it is good idea that you consult a dictionary if you have any. And next is dome. Look, here is domes. Okay, domes, plural, but the dictionary has given a singular noun. Okay, dome, and this is how it is pronounced. Okay, and there are different pronunciation. For example, this is North American pronunciation. Okay, dear students, please try to find out different meanings and try to find out which is the contextual meaning, okay, of the word related to our poem. Okay, so thank you very much. Now I have let's say short, information related to how your digital word looks like. Okay, for example, if you find Oxford Dictionary in your mobile phone, smartphone, okay, you would be seeing such type of information. This is glitter. Okay, this is verb, although there is glittering. Okay, so you can download audio as well. Okay, if you click this button, it pronounces the word, and there are different other meanings. Okay, I have just presented one example for you. So please try to learn or find all these words, okay, in any dictionary you like. That might be paper dictionary or online dictionary, and make a note. Okay, but I have suggestion for you. So these, look at these meanings. Okay, so 4 words have been discussed. Okay, and rest of the words are here. Doth is given there, splendor, glideth, and mighty. Okay, dear students, let's move to activity B. It says complete the summary of the poem choosing the correct words or phrases. Okay, so here are certain words in the box, and there is a passage or summary. So if you fill in those words in appropriate places, then you will have a complete piece of summary. And if you read that summary, whole construction, it will be easy for you to understand the poem better. Okay, so let's see the words first. Magnificence, Westminster Bridge, words and phrases are there. Straightforward, the bustling city, bustling means busy, okay, and running. Okay, people might be seen running. The countryside, the morning's beauty, happily asleep, the most beautiful scene. So these are the words, and here is the task. A speaker shares his impression of the view from ... in the poem composed upon Westminster Bridge, September 3, 1802 by William Wordsworth. The speaker finds the city of London with blank space in the earth. According to him, anyone who does not stop at the Westminster Bridge to see the scene that morning should be dull. The city wins the heart of the speaker as it is wearing blank space. It is early morning when the speaker describes the majesty of the city. The various landmarks visible from the bridge stand before him in all their blank space in the morning light. The speaker finds him lucky as there is no London fog to hide the view. There is no fog as well. The poet says smokeless air. Okay. According to the speaker, the sun is shining on the buildings as it shines on blank space. He is also surprised to feel more peace in blank space of London than anywhere else. The river Thames moves slowly beneath him. He also thinks that the city is blank space before another busy day. Please try filling gaps. Okay, dear students, this was short summary. Now, please try filling in those words and phrases in their appropriate places. Okay? I guess you have completed because this is not much difficult, I guess. So what have you filled in the first place? Oh yes, that's wonderful. Westminster Bridge. Okay. And what have you written in the second gap? The speaker finds the city of London with blank space in the earth. What did you say? Ah, that's very good. The most beautiful scene in the earth. According to him, anyone who does not stop at the Westminster Bridge to see the scene that morning should be dull. The city wins the heart of the speaker as it is wearing what? Good. The morning's beauty. Wonderful, dear students. It is early morning when the speaker describes the majesty of the city. The various landmarks visible from the bridge stand before him in all their what? What have you filled in? Very good, dear students. Magnificence is the right option. In the morning light, the speaker finds him lucky as there is no London fog to hide the view. Last part. According to the speaker, the sun is shining on the buildings as it shines on what? Okay, the countryside. Very good. He is also surprised to feel more peace in what? The bustling city. Good. Of London than anywhere else. The river Thames moves slowly beneath him. He also thinks that the city is ... before another busy day. What have you filled in? The only word or phrase that is left, happily asleep. Okay, dear students, you are doing a wonderful job. Thank you very much. Let's go to next activity in C. So it says answer these questions. There are questions up to H. From A, when was this poem composed? According to the speaker, who is dull of soul? How does the poet describe the beauty of morning? What does the word garment refer to? Who is wearing it? E. How does the poet feel when he sees such a beautiful sight? Why does the poet use the words like valley, rock, and hill? What impression of London does the speaker create? How does he do that? And finally, what is the main theme of the poem? So, dear students, please read out the summary, read the poem itself, okay, and try to answer these questions. Okay. Have you written? Okay, so please compare your answers with mine. I'm going to present some of the answers to you. Okay. The first question is, when was the poem composed? When did you say? Ah, very good. That's the date. Good. Then how come you know that? Yes, absolutely. It's written in the title of the poem itself. Yes, September 3, 1802. Or you can write a complete sentence. The poem was composed on September 3, 1802. Good. Next question. According to the speaker, who is dull of soul? Could you please answer yourself now? Yes. So it is there in the first part. Second line, dull would be he of soul who could pass by, a sight so tossing in its majesty. Okay, in its majesty. So if anyone passes without enjoying that particular view from Westminster Bridge, they are dull. Those who do not stop at Westminster Bridge to watch the majesty of the city that morning are dull of soul. Okay. Question in C. How does the poet describe the beauty of morning? Okay, so please read out this part. What type of, let's say, morning was it? Okay, very good, dear students. It was silent and bare. Or just you can write silent and bare. Okay. Next question in D. What does the word garment refer to? Who is wearing it? Okay. So let me present the related text or poem, part of the poem. Earth has not anything to show more fair, dull would he be of soul who could pass by. A sight so tossing in its majesty the city now doth like a garment wear. So what does garment mean? It is something that you wear, yes? Okay, it is a dress. And who is, let's say, wearing it? The city, means the city of London. Okay, the next question in E is, how does the poet feel when he sees such a beautiful sight? Did he become sad or did he really enjoy it? What is the overall, let's say, perception that the poet has? Okay, that's wonderful. So you can find the poet's impression, okay, or feeling he has shared here. Never did sun more beautifully steep in his first splendor, valley, rock or hill. Ne'er saw I, never felt a calm so deep. The river glideth at his own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep, and all that mighty heart is lying still. So this is the last part of the poem. Now could you please tell me what type of feeling, okay, let's say, does the poet share? Okay, that's wonderful. Deep sense of calmness, or he felt calm. Okay. Ne'er saw I, never felt a calm so deep. This is the feeling. Okay. Next question in F. Why does the poet use the words like valley, rock and hill? So in the poem, he also brings some reference about, let's say, natural objects like valleys, rocks and hills. Okay. So here you can see, in his first splendor, valley, rock or hill, sun is shining, okay, and it gradually rose, okay, above these things, okay, touching them. Okay, so why do you think the poet used such words? Okay, so the answer could be, the poet uses these words to emphasize the beauty of the surroundings of the city, London. By mentioning them, he tries to contrast them with the man-made structures like towers, domes, and other structures. On the one side, the poet sees tall, let's say, structures like domes, towers, etc. On the other side, he sees valleys, rocks, etc., etc. And both of these, okay, have given the poet an immense pleasure, immense relaxation, satisfaction. Okay. Okay, the next question is, what impression of London does the speaker create? How does he do that? So what is the overall impression of the poet here? Positive, negative, or nothing? Absolutely positive. The speaker creates a majestic impression of the city of London. He describes its beauty, stillness and peacefulness in the morning, highlighting its grand landmarks. Landmarks here refers to places like domes, like skyscrapers, buildings, etc. High structures are there. Okay, dear students, let's move to the last question. What is the main theme of the poem? What type of writer or poet was Wordsworth? Yes, he was, let's say, the supporter or beginner of Romanticism as well. And as I told you, Romanticism tells the stories of common people. It gives primacy to, let's say, priority to nature. Then what is the theme of this poem then? Theme means main message, main area. Okay. Yes, that's absolutely correct. The main theme of the poem is natural beauty together with what? Man-made beauty. Okay. Nothing is as beautiful as nature. The nature, the way sun was shining there, okay, the way there was no cloud, let's say, cloud or smoke that morning, so that everything made London majestic. Okay, dear students, there is one, let's say, task, only one task. Now, only one task is left. Does your city or village look similar to London? Early in the morning, tell your friends. Where do you live? Do you live in the city area or village area? Okay, so how does it look in the morning? So I asked this question to one of my students. Do you want to study how she has written? Okay, So let's see. She has written, my village is in Sinduli. It is one of the most developed areas linked to BP highway. In fact, there should be a little bit more space. My village looks more beautiful than London early in the morning. The entire village is surrounded by beautiful jungles and hills. When the early rays of the sun fall on the gentle hills around my village, it is stunning, means really attractive. However, the place is not peaceful and calm as vehicles pass through the highway all the time. There are temples and other religious sites around my village. Since very early morning, people go to temples and the continuous sound of bells and conches can be heard. Such a sound feels like a rhythm together with the chirping sound of the birds. Okay, this is an experience shared by my student. Okay, students, so my students made a mistake here. Look at the word. Instead of writing C-A-L-M, okay, she has written C-L-A-M. This is, the word is misspelled. Please correct it. Okay. Dear students, please try to share similar experience of one of a specific morning that you feel, okay, about your village or town, and tell it to your teacher, your friends. Share it with one another. Okay, dear students, with this discussion, we have come to the end of today's class. Today, we have dealt with the last part of Unit 12, that is reading. Second, we did discuss with, let's say, exercises related to a poem. We discussed a poem and different exercises related to that poem. I guess you have enjoyed the lesson and it was really helpful to you as well. With this, I'd like to say goodbye to you all. Keep learning, dear students. Thank you.